This is what might have happened if David Bowie had brought Life on Mars to my songwriting class. Roleplay! Good work everyone this week. See you all next Friday. Bye! David, could I just have a word? Cool. So I see that you put this on my desk and I haven't had a chance to look through the whole thing, but my first impressions are, well, first of all, thank you. Thank you for handing in the homework, even if it was a bit late. You really ran with the repetition that we were discussing last week, didn't you? Yeah, the sequencing, it can be a really powerful compositional device, right? And really building tension. And you have, it's sort of verbatim with no rhythmic variation at all. Yeah, can we just go through it? Do you have a moment? Okay, cool. It's a god-awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair, but her mummy is yelling no, and her daddy has told her to go, but her friends unaware to be seen. Now she walks through her sunken dream to the seed with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen. I actually like the way the melody is very slowly rising and you're changing the ends of the phrases, so it's not all exactly the same. It's nuanced, isn't it? It's a god-awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair, but her mummy is yelling no, and her daddy has told her to go. I'm gonna want something different now though, so let's check that that's gonna happen. Okay. But the film is a saddening bore, for she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools as they ask her to focus on. What I really like about that, David, is that you're in A for those first 16, and then via 5 of A, then we're at C over G, so we're kind of temporarily in C, and then with these augmented chords, we're really getting this building of tension. The melody continues to ever so incrementally rise through the sequencing. Now, all of this is building up to some serious contrasting material, so let's see what happens. Sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. I'm gonna break roll now. That chorus and that verse together, it's like the perfect marrying of contrasting material. You have this A section with the repetition. It's like the ultimate example of delayed gratification. Like, it's going somewhere, but we just don't know where and how long it's gonna take. And then when you get to, now the film is a saddening bore. Once we get to that moment and the bass line starts rising instead of descending, we know that we're heading somewhere and it's gonna happen really soon. She could spit in the eyes of fools. Pardon my affectations. As they ask her to focus on sailors. Chord 1, so we're in D now, to chord 4. 6 minor. And then again we're getting these augmented chords. Look at those cavemen go. It's a freaky show. And the other thing to talk about with this chorus is the melody has to do something different. We have resolution on beat 1 and it feels fantastic. As they ask her to focus on sailors. Now the last point I'm gonna make, just that end of the chorus, B minor. So we're in D, this is chord 6. Mars, B flat, augmented, D over A, E over G sharp, which cadences perfectly in both senses, back to A. I think Life on Mars is one of the great songs, and you know why? I think it's because of a combination of the things we've talked about. It's the repetition, it's the building tension, the slow and steady rise throughout the verse that just releases in this euphoric, completely satisfying B with the sailors fighting on the dance floor. And don't even get me started on the lyrics. I think we need to do another video on the lyrics. This was written in 1971, and I feel like the language, the imagery, the sentiment is just as relevant now as it was then. So do yourself a favour. Check out Life on Mars. Listen out for those fun moments in the harmony underneath. Listen out to when the bass line stops descending and starts ascending. Listen out to those fun augmented chords that really add a gnarly, tense kind of feeling underneath the melody, and enjoy that repetition. I also think it's one of the most satisfying songs to sing, so good job, David. Well done.